It was roughly 2 a.m., the kind of silence that feels heavy, like the whole world has just stopped breathing. Outside, a massive thunderstorm was rolling through the county. Every few seconds, a flash of lightning would wash my living room in a cold blue light, followed by the low, house-shaking rumble of thunder. I was sitting on my couch, finishing up some work on my laptop, when I heard it. A faint, dragging sound coming from the second floor, like someone was pulling a heavy rug across the hardwood. Now, my place is an old farmhouse. The wood expands and contracts when it rains, so I'm used to the occasional pop or groan. I tried to ignore it. But then, I heard the sound of a baby crying. My blood turned to ice. I don't have a kid. I live alone, and the upstairs floor has been boarded up since the day I moved in 2 years ago because the renovation costs were too high. I shut my laptop and stared at the base of the stairs. The hallway up there was a pitch-black void. I grabbed my tactical flashlight and started the climb. Every step was a struggle. The old oak boards screaming under my weight. As I reached the landing, the crying stopped instantly. Total silence, except for the rain drumming against the roof. I panned my light across the hallway. Dust motes danced in the beam, but everything looked untouched. Then, I saw it. The door at the very end of the hall, the one I call the nursery, was cracked open. I knew for a fact I'd deadbolted that door months ago. I approached it, my heart hammering against my ribs like a trapped bird. I nudged the door open. The air inside was easily 10 degrees colder than the rest of the house. In the beam of my light, I saw an old wooden rocking chair in the center of the room. It was moving, on its own, to and fro, to and fro. Is someone there? My voice was barely a whisper. No answer. Suddenly, a shadow flickered across the wall. I spun around in a stupid light. Nothing. I turned back, heart beating slow. Crouched in the corner. That rocking chair, with two glowing eyes staring straight at me. It looked human. He was wearing this grotesque, cracked porcelain doll mask. He pulled out a long, serrated hunting knife that caught the lightning flash. He began to crawl toward me on all fours, staying low to the ground. Like a predator, my brain completely shut down. I was convinced I was looking at a demon. Some urban legend come to life. I stumbled back, tripping over an old crate and hitting the floor hard. The figure loomed over me. I closed my eyes, waiting for the blade. But then, a deep, raspy voice broke the silence. Man, shut the hell up. Quit your whining before I give you a real reason to scream. I opened my eyes. He had pushed the mask up onto his forehead, revealing a sweaty, middle-aged guy with a buzzed haircut and a scar running down his cheek. He still had the knife, but the supernatural terror was gone. You're not a ghost, I gasped, trying to catch my breath. A ghost? The guy let out a dry, mocking laugh. Kid, I've been trying to find your safe for 2 hours. That baby crying? That was a soundboard on my phone to lure you up here so my partner could clear out the downstairs. And the chair? I just gave it a kick before you walked in. Just then, another guy stepped into the doorway, hauling my duffel bag and a stack of my high-end electronics. Move it, Jax. I think the neighbor saw our truck. Let's go. They zip-tied my hands, took my phone, and vanished out the window into the rain. I sat there in the dark, feeling like a complete idiot. My mind had turned a couple of professional burglars into a ghost story. They weren't spirits. They were just two guys from the city who knew that if you wear a mask and play some creepy noises, most people will be too paralyzed by fear to actually fight back.